Hello, if you are watching this, hopefully you are considering my application to be a builder in Westeroscraft. So I'm using the texture pack as you can see here, and I'm showing off a couple of the projects that I have in my single player world. This was to be a Roman fort. So you have over here a watchtower or corner tower that unfortunately went up in flames. I hadn't rebuilt it yet, but you can see kind of the skeleton. It was a bottom floor made of stone, and then a middle floor made of wood, and basically all that was in here was just a floor and ladders and trapdoor and windows with iron bars, and then up here it was just a small what do you call this, like a platform, and then there were doors that led out of the platform and a brick roof and all that. And then over here you can see was part of the wall, and inside the wall you can have like a little overhang, and this was a wall that I designed myself, I guess, and it was designed so that it would keep out, it would look like it looks like it would work in real life, but also it's designed for Minecraft. So if you go in here, there's a little pathway here, and you can see it's dripping lava and it's dripping water, and that's an iron door, so you can't actually get through there without it being open on the inside. But if you break the blocks, which I'm not going to do because I don't want to clean up all the lava, basically the lava flows out and it creates a wall here if you're being charged by angry barbarians. Anyways, and then also Roman forts always had a trench dug in front, and then here are some barracks and some roads, and you can see the barracks. They have a number, 40 men, 32 legionnaires, and 8 servants, so camp slaves or whatever. And then over here is the praetorium, where the commanders would kind of be at, and so it looks really good with the texture pack here. And then here's an earlier work that I did. This was the entrance. So I did kind of a Google search on let's see, castles and fortified cities. So I was planning on building an entire fortified city from scratch, but I don't know, the scale was just really big, and it was kind of an ambitious project for just one person. So I haven't finished it yet. But here's the main gate to this. Would be actually just the main keep. If we're talking in terms of King's Landing, which is a fortified city, this would just be the Red Keep area. So this would be the entrance, and then this was a drawbridge, and then over here there would be guards that would stay here with buckets of lava, and if we were being invaded, instead of a drawbridge that would you know, normally in real life actually be drawn up, I would just use the lava to burn away the wooden bridge, and the stone would remain intact, and there would be pretty much no way for enemies to get in here. And over here you have a smithy, or a Minecraft-like smithy. So you have the wood area, and then here some designs for barracks, which, you know, barracks, it's just where guards sleep and whatever. And then over here would be the hospital tower, where the royal sick would go. And then over here is kind of just the beginnings of a large tower, and then over here is the palace, or the Great Keep for this area. So, oh, that looks very nice with this texture pack. So anyway, here's the throne. This was kind of modeled after a Mistvale Keep in Skyrim, if you're familiar with that. So anyway, this was kind of modeled off of that style. Oh, lag spike there. And then I thought, you know, if I had guards, they could kind of like look intimidating over here, and just keep an eye on the guests or whatever, and then if we sprint, we can actually get over to the bakery area with storage and whatnot, and then the servants' quarters. They live in this dark hole in the side of the palace, which isn't so bad considering it's part of a palace. Then you have the keep. So this is the last resort in a castle. When the city has been taken, the castle has been taken, you retreat to the keep. So here we go. It's not fully furnished, but the dungeons are fully furnished. Anyway, so this would be the main entrance area, and this would be the administration area. So there would be offices and tables and planning areas here, and then upstairs you would go 2 floors up, and then this would be the great hall. And then I haven't continued building the stairs, but up here is another large room, and then shouldn't really have destroyed that. Come on, you. Come on. Work with me here. Anyways, up here is sort of where the defenders would go. So obviously the defenders want to go as high as you can. Over here, you can rain down stones or arrows upon your foes or whatnot. Oh, speaking of stones and arrows, the walls here are designed so that you can shoot arrows at pretty much any angle, except for all the way over here where the wall is built. And then here's a sample of the wall, so that this is netherrack, and then there's I actually didn't make these walls. I found out that walls in medieval times were a lot wider and a lot shorter than I actually anticipated. So, and I needed to fix this too. So there's a couple of things I had in mind for this, but anyways, so back here, this is the this was all decked out with gold and whatnot, but I didn't like how it looked. So anyways, let's go back up here. So yes, this is kind of the place where you can defend from, and then up on the very top, I can just go out the window. It can just go out the window. Okay. Up at the very top, you have the very tip of the rooms here, and then all of these different. Why is there no? Okay, so I guess that one I designed with nothing in it. But then you have, various turrets. They're called turrets, and each one's a little bit different from the last. So yeah, that's all the castle things that I've built. The other things are just, I've since just kind of, I really like this keep, with all the things that I would change of it. And I really like the castle, and little archery range. That's interesting. The Roman fort was nice, but anyways, I've mainly since been using this for testing other things that I've used in other single-player maps, and I'll do a follow-up video with the map that I'm playing in mostly right now. So anyways, so I guess that's it for this video. Thanks for watching, and I hope you consider my request to be in Westeroscraft. Thank you. Oh, but of course there will be a second video showing my single player world that I actually play in most of the time when I boot up Minecraft. So yeah, look for that. And yeah, okay, bye. Hello, this is Tony Coolmen with the follow-up video to the last video that I made as part of a request to join Westeroscraft. So this is the seed and the village that I actually spend most of my time playing in, and I guess I'm just here to show it off. So let's see, here's a cobblestone generator. I pulled this off of the Machinima YouTube channel. This is a sand and gravel duplicator I pulled from somewhere else. This is a house I built that kind of houses a little pig farm off to the side here, and then a chicken slash raven farm off to the side there. There, over here is a house, or maybe an apartment complex where the iron golems and the villagers live, with a little fountain. This is my house, my chateau. Just a little shack, modest shack. Let's see. This is my patio, and over here is where the steward lives. There is no steward currently, but if there would be one, this was where he would live. Oh, I'm going a little crazy with the camera. Okay, over here is the notice board, and there are various stories, like, you know, adventurers wanted for escort to the nether, ask the innkeep for details, the password is fire.png, so, sanctum of the block, various rivalries between diners in town, all your normal good stuff that you would normally have. Here's a little flip-flop thing that's secretly hidden away. Yep, and it's just a little secret chamber. Booyah. Okay. Laboratory. That's nice. Let's see. The rest are just all wooden huts. Here's a cobblestone generator. Mainly I've just been using this for, you know, mining and building generators and things like this, but then there's the watchtower. So if you saw my previous video, you saw that I had a kind of burned out watchtower. But this is kind of what it would look like if it were actually not burnt up. So, you know, you'd have the base here made out of cobblestone, the sides here made out of stone. These are the colors of Grasslandia, the land which you see around you, blue and white. And then if you go up here, the windows are made out of fence posts, and up here you can see pretty much everything around you. And yep. So, in places like Hadrian's Wall in northern England, they would have these, whoa, lag spikes. They would have these, the Romans would have built these towers within line of sight of each other so that they could signal using a kind of early form of semaphore. So basically there would be one here, and then one over there, and so on and so forth on all the surrounding hills, so that, you know, messages could be communicated quickly throughout the wall, if this was Hadrian's Wall, for example. So yeah, there isn't really a whole lot else here that I've built, per se. Basically, I've just been collecting supplies, like, you know, nether carrots, I mean. Right. Anyways, and I've been brewing potions with carrots, I guess. And I don't know, I've just been really trying to... let me show you a map here, if you'll indulge me for a moment. Show you a map. Right here. So right here in the center, right here, this is the main city. Oh, I got brighter there for a second. And then if you see the direction that I'm pointing to with my little pointer there, that's the village. That's another village of Grasslandia, and then there's a village over that way, which is in Sandstoneville. I haven't named them. And then there's one there, and then there's one over there. So my ideas was to connect them all, and basically I've just been building like an infrastructure on this account, so there isn't that much crazy building going on. But yeah, so I guess that'll be it. I guess I could show you my basement here, which is another cobblestone generator. The lava freaks me out, man. So there's a little skylight to the warehouse, and then there's a bunch of cake and a little window that people can peer in if they want to watch someone at work collecting stone. And there's a guy in here, put the lotion in the basket. And so yeah, that's about it. So I guess I'll end the video here. It was a pleasure showing you my world. Thank you for indulging me, and I hope you'll consider my application to Westeroscraft. Thank you. Bye-bye. Bye-bye! As kind of an aside, just so you can kind of compare the two, a lot of the work that I did in the single player map or the single player village, a lot of the work that I did there was purely infrastructural. So I mean, I fixed the roads, I built most of the houses, and I added most of the amenities, like the warehouse here. You can't even get into this house because it's covered over with dirt. So a lot of the things that I did for that map, or this map, I like to compare it to what it looked like before. So this is what it looked like before, and yeah, so